These 7 legendary mystics practice Breatharianism and defy Western science. Can you truly live on air alone? Western science tells us the human body requires food and water to survive, and a lot of it. However, some impressive yogis have managed to survive on air and universal energy alone, without even eating or drinking water for several days or even months. As you'll see in this video, scientists and mainstream media have hotly debated this topic for years. Is it really possible to live on breath alone? We'll introduce you to some of these mystics, and you can decide for yourself. Welcome to Abundant Ananda. And today, we'll be talking about Breatharianism and what it entails to live only on air and universal energy. Make sure that you stay until the end to find out the top secret technique Breatharian yogis employ to survive only on universal energy. Since you're here, don't forget to subscribe to Abundant Ananda to keep receiving more fantastic yoga tips, contemplative music, and mystical content like today. Not to mention, you'll help feed our team of venerable, selfless yogis that work tirelessly to create free content for viewers like you. Now, let's dive right into the action. But before we start, please understand that we do not advocate imitating any of the experiments that we will outline in this video, as they may be hazardous to your health without the supervision of a competent spiritual master and licensed medical professionals. Thank you. First, let's define Breatharianism. Breatharianism involves living through the energy that you breathe in and absorb from the nature around you. Breathing helps you realize who you are and what you need and don't need. You'll receive pranic energy by conscious breathing, which is the base of healing and detoxification for the physical and emotional bodies. Breathing helps our body to release toxins, which has been proven by scientists time and time again. Breatharians also claim to have heightened energy levels, stronger senses, and feeling the healthiest they've ever been. They are completely nourished from prana and are no longer dependent on food. Sunlight is one of the main sources of prana, and so is time spent in nature. We'll be talking now about the 7 most famous Breatharian mystics who have achieved superhuman feats only on pranic energy. Number 7. Audra Bear may be one of the most enigmatic and controversial Breatharian figures of our time. At the age of 25, Audra, of Minnesota, rose to prominence on Instagram and became a public figure when Fox News reported that she had stopped eating solid food and had lost 15 pounds just doing breath work. She has fasted for up to 97 days and also says that food gets in the way of her enjoyment of life, and is often quoted as saying, "The more you breathe, the less you need." Audra spends up to 3 hours a day focusing on her breath work and mostly lives on teas, juices, and smoothies, labeling herself as a liquidarian. Many scientists have advised against this kind of diet, though Audra Bear claims that Breatharianism isn't simply a diet like vegetarianism, it's a lifestyle. Audra Bear has also tried various diets over the years before fully transitioning into Breatharianism, including being a vegan, then a raw food vegan for 4 years, and finally becoming a pure pranic Breatharian. Scientists also classify Audra Bear's Breatharian lifestyle as a low-calorie diet, usually adopted by people who are obese, with a BMI of over 30, though not the first option people should take when losing weight. They have also said that the maximum time on this diet should be 12 weeks or intermittently 2 to 4 days a week. Number 6. Many Breatharians prefer not to subject themselves to the limelight of social media, and in fact, the practice dates back centuries and millennia. The 1670 Rosicrucian text Contes de Gabalis attributed the practice to the physician and occultist Paracelsus, who lived from 1493 to 1541. Paracelsus was a Swiss physician, an alchemist, a lay theologian, and a philosopher of the German Renaissance. and he was a pioneer of the medical revolution. The text also described him as having lived several years by taking only 1/2 scruple of solar quintessence. In this book, it is also stated that Paracelsus affirms that he has seen many of the sages fast 20 years without eating anything whatsoever. Paracelsus also believed that fasting helps enable the body to heal itself. Fasting is the greatest remedy, the physician within. Anyway, by far the most impressive case of a Breatharian yogi has to be this one. Number 5. Prahlad Jani has lived without food and water since 1940, since he had an enlightenment experience with the Hindu goddess of war. He says that Amba, also known as Durga, sustains him through a liquid nectar that flows down from his palate to his throat. Since the encounter, he has spent the majority of his time in isolated cave meditation and tending to his followers. In 2003 and again in 2010, doctors at Sterling Hospital investigated his miraculous claims and showed that Prahlad Jani survived under strict observation for 2 weeks without food and without water. He passed no urine, released no stool, and required no dialysis. Researchers made sure of this. They even sealed the toilet in his observation chamber. Multiple cameras observed him around the clock, scientifically validating these wild claims. Number 4. Another famous Breatharian gaining a powerful online presence is Vladislav Honka of Kalamazoo, Michigan, who has spent 5 years without ever eating or drinking anything. He has a blog online, VladislavHonka.com, where he posts his adventures, tips, and practices regarding Breatharianism. He is a musician and says that art, specifically drawing, is his vocational calling. Number 3. Adrienne Light is a Spanish Breatharian featured in the Breatharian blog, Breatharian World, where she tells her story of how, despite her multiple physical health concerns, she began following a raw vegan diet and then followed the light process, transforming her body into a light body. Now she teaches other yogis and participants how to turn their bodies into light bodies with the universal energy. She says that the benefits of living on light include finding infinite love, finding your true essence, understanding your mission, sleeping less, freeing yourself from karma and family connections, and even restructuring your very DNA. You can connect with her on her blog, AdrienneLivingOnLight.com. Number 2. Akahi Ricardo and Camila Costello are a Breatharian couple who have barely eaten in 11 years, eating only a piece of fruit or vegetable broth 3 times per week since 2008. Costello made headlines for practicing a Breatharian pregnancy, not eating anything during the full 9 months that she carried her first child. Yet she still managed to give birth to a healthy boy. Since then, the couple has made multiple media headlines about their Breatharian lifestyle in the context of a family life. They have never and will never force these choices on their children, who up to this point have eaten a normal diet and live an otherwise normal life together. Even then, there's another, even more famous and controversial Breatharian known for charging extremely high fees for teaching students how to also become Breatharians. Number 1. Wylie Brooks is probably the most famous Breatharian in America, being the founder of the Breatharian Institute of America. He first showed up on the TV show That's Incredible and began teaching people how to live without food, with his complete course priced at a modest $100,000. But if you would like to join his immortality workshop, he asks for a whopping $1 billion tuition. But can you really put a price on immortality? Wylie Brooks sparked some controversy due to having been spotted eating junk foods such as cheeseburgers and Diet Coke, although he rebutted these statements, saying that these foods have special properties from the 5th dimension that make up a large part of his philosophy. Now that we've reached the end of our video, ready to find out the secret technique that has helped Breatharians thrive on liquid, air, or even sunlight alone? As we've seen, Breatharians live using prana, sunlight, and breathing a lot. Meditation is extremely important for them, and so is fasting, which is why you see this pervasive tradition in so many religions. The technique is called living on light, or creating a light body. When a cell in a part of your body dies, and when you lose blood or any kind of fluid, your body does its best to replace it. When you're hungry, you crave food. And where there's empty space, matter does its best to fill it. A Breatharian receives light from the sun while meditating and concentrating on activating their chakras, and the light passes straight through their bodies. When you become conscious of this totally natural process, you will combine and alter this light, thereby fulfilling any and all physical and bodily needs using this light energy. That's how you can live without conventional food. Light itself will literally become your food because you will convert it into actual physical nutrients. And remember, in the words of the esteemed Breatharian Audra Bear, the more you breathe, the less you need. So, what do you think of the Breatharian lifestyle? Would you be able to begin fasting, or do you think it's truly deleterious for your health? We'll post links to our featured Breatharians if you'd like to learn more. And we'd love listening to your opinions in the comments below, so make sure to let us know. Also, if you liked our video, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We will continue to do our part to serve you and to raise your vibration by bringing you more gripping yoga and mindfulness lessons. And hey, thank you for watching.